Hello and thank you so much for joining us on this week's episode of the program. It's Lens on Maritime, where you get the very best of the happenings in the maritime sector. My name is Brownson, Unwana, your host, and I must tell you that the program is well loaded for a viewing pleasure. Now, lots of stories we are tracking from the Custom KLT Command giving us their scorecard for the year from January till June. We'll also be speaking with the controller later on the program. But first, let's take a very quick break. We'll be right back with more stories. Don't go away.
At International Supply Chain Systems Limited, ISCS, we provide our clients with customized import-export services to meet their unique needs.
We understand that timeliness is key to saving from demurrage.
That's why we have a team of professionals to assist you with proper paperwork for efficient customs clearing.
Our services include cargo clearing and consolidation shipping, cargo warehousing and storage, general import and consultancy.
Come talk to us today at 7A Ibikunle Akintoye Street, Apapa, Lagos. You can call us on 081-6227-1120, 081-2763-3510, or you can send us an email, info@iscslimited.com. For more information, visit our website, www.iscslimited.com. ISCS, more than logistics.
Welcome back. Now, the maritime industry never go to sleep, and we, the reporters of the industry, comb the nook and crannies of the industry to bring to you the happenings in the industry. Now, here are some stories that trended during the week.
The Nigerian Customs Service Kirikiri Lighter Terminal Area Command has intercepted a 1x40 feet container of 1,447 packages of prohibited mosquito coils and other items falsely declared as non-woven paper filters, and another 1x40 feet container of 795 packages of prohibited footwear falsely declared as a water taps and closet. Customs Area Controller of the KLT Command, Comptroller Hami Swowen, while addressing journalists at the terminals, says the seizure is in line with the ECOWAS Tariff Act and the federal government's intention to encourage local production.
We have seizures of 2x40 foot containers. Sorry? 2x40 foot containers of items that are prohibited in the federal government fiscal policy that were falsely declared and imported without regulatory approval. Now, if you look behind me here, we have a container declared falsely as filter paper. Upon examination, it was discovered to contain mosquito coils and other items, including assorted chemicals. Now, mosquito coil is a prohibited item in the federal government fiscal policy under Schedule 3 of the ECOWAS Common External Tariff.
The command also achieved a significant monthly upsurge in the revenue generation profile, aggregating a total of sum of 23.6 billion for the first 6 months. With this, the command surpassed the 14.6 billion generated from January to June 2021 with a surplus of 28.9 billion naira, which represents a 38% increase in revenue collection.
From January to June 2022, the command has recorded a significant success and monthly upsurge in its revenue generation efforts, aggregating to a total sum of 23.6 billion naira, surpassing the 14.6 billion collected in the same period of the year 2021. In the process, we have recorded a surplus of 8 billion 940 million 941,341 naira. This represents a 38% increase over the corresponding period of last year. The command has made a total of seizures of 4 by 40 foot containers. And if you recall, we invited you when we made a seizure of 2 by 40 foot containers laden with restricted and prohibited drugs.
Brownson, Unwana, for Lenson Maritime. The founder of National Association of Government-Approved Freight Forwarders, NAGAF, Dr. BONIFACE ANIEBONAM, has called on the new Minister of Transportation, Mr. Muazu Sambo, to revamp the Council of the Regulation of Freight Forwarders of Nigeria and set it on the path of success. Dr. ANIEBONAM, in an exclusive chat with Nigeria Maritime TV, expressed displeasure with how the council has been run in the past years since it. On the issue of whether or not the council is a government agency, the founder of NAGAV wants the minister to look into the acts that established the council and provide leadership that will enable the council to deliver on its mandate.
The ports are the gateways of the nation's economy. The ports are the gateways of the nation's economy. So any person coming into that arena, transport industry, must take a second look as to what is happening to the Council for the Regulation of Freight Forwarding. That particular council is quite strategic to matters of port efficiency and cost of doing business, industrial harmony, competitiveness. It's sad that Transport Ministry, over the period from 2007 to now, may not have reasonably added value. The essence of domiciling CRFFN in that ministry. The ministry originally is not meant to be an agency of the government. And that is what is hurting the council. The council started to fail. They didn't stop there. About the initial mistake, again, they're infringing sections of the Council Act. How on earth can you ever believe that an agency of the government can take succor in breach of regulations of the government? The chairman of the council is a person elected from the register of freight forwarders, not an appointee of Mr. President. As I'm speaking to you now. So what makes it an agency of the government? I hope the new minister will be able to address that. Like I said, we're still in court. We're in appeal court. It's my hope that the Honorable Minister should ask questions and know why we are in court. Why are we in appeal court? Government has so much to do. Why taking burdens? A council that has a platform to fend for itself. Section 6 of the Council Act. Funding of the council. So why is government taking interest?
Council of Maritime Transport Unions and Association, COMTUA, has vowed to recover over 40 billion naira collected by the management of the Nigerian Port Authority, NPA, through Truck Transit Park Limited, TPP. National President COMTUA, Comrade Adeyinka Aroyanwo, in a statement made available to Lenson Maritime, stated that COMTUA will use all legitimate means to end extortion and recover all money collected by NPA. Arroyo says truck owners can no longer continue to pay for every failed project of NPA, insisting that TTP has failed and that the conspiracy of ETO and TTP and NPA has been exposed. The COMTUA president said that the fraud must stop and the refund of the proceeds of illegal collection of payment to ETO on call-up should stop with immediate effect.
The port, very, very busy environment indeed. And like I said, holiday or not, we always give you all the happenings in the maritime sector. Now, on an interview segment, we'll be speaking with the Custom Area Controller of Kirikiri Light Terminal, that's KLT Lagos. He'll be giving us the scorecard of what has gone down in his command for the past 6 months. Enjoy the interview. Welcome back. And like I told you earlier, the maritime sector never go to bed. And you must have noticed the change of background. That's because we'll be speaking with the Area Controller of Custom Kirikiri Light Terminal, Controller Hami Sowen, will be joining us at this time. And of course, he will give us the scorecard of what has gone down in this command from January up until June. Thank you so much for joining us on the program today, sir.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Now let's quickly look at the activities of the Kirikiri Light Terminal. We understand there are some other sub-terminals under this command. How would you rate your performance in the past 6 months?
Well, thank you for having me on your program. And for the year 2022 so far, we've had a difficult year. Not only for the command, but in the Nigerian economy. We have seen issues relating to the value of the naira against the US dollar and other currencies, which has affected international trade generally. For the first 6 months of the year, we have had several successes. We have had improvements. We have had an aggregate increase in our revenue collection over the same period in 2021. And for the first 6 months of the year, we have collected so far a total of 23.6 billion, which is over and above the 14.6 billion collected in the same period of last year. This represents a 38% increase in collection of 2022 over 2021, with a surplus of 8,940,941,341 naira so far. So in terms of revenue collection, we have done well. We've had successes. But also in our enforcement duties, we have also recorded some successes. We have a total of 4 by 40-foot containers we intercepted, which we have seized. 2 containers laden with restricted and prohibited drugs. Codeine, you are aware codeine is restricted by the federal government for importation. So these drugs were, in the first place, have no regulatory approval from NAFDAC, and they were labeled, made in India and labeled for export only. And that tells you a lot. If the country of manufacture is saying these drugs are not meant for
export only.
Yes. So we also have 2 by 40-foot containers seized for false declaration and also containing prohibited items. Now, one of the containers was containing mosquito coils, which is a prohibited item under the Schedule 3 of the ECOWAS Common External Tariff. And we have also another container of 1 by 40-foot container of footwear. Now, footwear is prohibited for import. The federal government wants to encourage local production, and that's why, and the importer falsely declared the items. In the case of the footwear, it was declared as water closets, while for the mosquito coils, they were declared as non-woven filter paper. So in that regard, we have recorded successes in our revenue profile, in our enforcement actions.
Okay. Now, before we continue, let's take a very quick break. We'll be back with more discussions. Don't go away.
At International Supply Chain Systems Limited, ISCS, we provide our clients with customized import-export services to meet their unique needs.
We understand that timeliness is key to saving from demurrage.
That's why we have a team of professionals to assist you with proper paperwork for efficient customs clearing.
Our services include cargo clearing and consolidation shipping, cargo warehousing and storage, general import and consultancy.
Come talk to us today at 7A Ibikunle Akintoye Street, Apapa, Lagos. You can call us on 081-6227-1120, 081-2763-3510, or you can send us an email, info@iscslimited.com. For more information, visit our website, www.iscslimited.com. ISCS, more than logistics.
Do you want your cargo cleared as fast as possible? At Maritime Global Food Limited, we are experts in import, export, and customs brokerage. Visit us today at number 1/3 Creek Road, Apapa, Lagos, or call 080-306-35769 or 070-270-31487. You can also email us at matixglobal23@yahoo.com. Maritime Global Food Limited. Proudly Nigerian, proudly global.
Welcome back. And of course, I'm still with the area controller, customs area controller of Tinkan of Creek Related Terminal, beg your pardon. And of course, we've been looking at the scorecard of the command for the last 6 months. Now, sir, there've been some disparity. Like, for instance, freight forwarders are saying that importation has dropped. Shippers are saying that importation has dropped. But customs on the flip side are recording increase in revenue. How can you balance both?
Oh, that's very simple to understand. Now, actually, we've had, like I told you, we've had challenges in the issue of foreign exchange. Importers have had serious challenges sourcing for forex for importation. Well, you see, Nigeria Customs Service, as one of our core mandates, we have adopted trade facilitation.
Okay.
Now, what trade facilitation means simply is, how do we simplify our processes, ensuring transparency, accountability, make the process easier for our stakeholders, not only make it easier, timely, and in the process, you record some success. We have done a lot in that area. Now, in scrutinizing our declarations, we have, for example, created the Dispute Resolution Committee, one-stop shop.
Okay.
So what we do is, where there's an issue, we look at it quickly. Where it requires raising a DN, the importer is kept abreast of issues, and a proper, appropriate DN is raised. Now, in that kind of situation, what you have is that you increase the level of compliance.
Okay.
When the level of compliance goes up, it means the appropriate duties are being collected on the consignments.
Okay.
Whereas in a situation where you have low compliance, it means that you have a high volume but low compliance. Which means translates to low revenue.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we have other factors responsible. The Comptroller General, Nigeria Customs Service, and his management team have been very supportive of the command. Our officers are being motivated by promotions as at when due. We have received vehicles and other work tools, which has motivated us to do even more. Now we are also automating. I'm sure you heard about the customs modernization project.
Yes.
So what we're doing is automating more and more of our processes. Now, when you automate, what you do is you bring in transparency.
Yes.
You reduce human to human contact. And definitely what you get is increased compliance, increased revenue.
Okay.
Yes.
Now let's even look at the relationship between some other sister agencies that are supposed to be in the port. For instance, sometimes last month, I'm not going to drag you to that anyway, where some feels like when it comes to 100% examination, they are not being carried along, and sometime last month I went to a particular market somewhere around Oshodi area. What's the market again? And there's some products I saw in the market that I thought it shouldn't have been there.
Yes.
However, how would you rate the relationship between this command and other sister agencies like SON, NDLE, and the likes?
So we have a robust relationship with other government agencies, relevant government agencies and units in the KLT command. Just last week, we hosted the team from SON, from Standards Organization of Nigeria. And I would like to assure you that that publication was not a true publication. I don't know the source, where they got their information, but it's a false information, and I would like you to discard that.
Okay.
We actually have a very good working relationship with our sister agencies. The Standard Organization of Nigeria were here last week, and we hosted them, and I promised to pay them a return visit to their offices. We also have a robust relationship with other agencies, NAFDAC, the Nigeria Police Force, the NDLEA, all the agencies. In fact, we have our forum here in the command, and we meet regularly to discuss issues affecting all agencies. We, led by the Nigeria Customs Service, we conduct joint physical examinations
with all the agencies.
With all the agencies. We even have our joint examination form, which all the agencies are required to sign off on.
Okay.
So you can see we interact very well. Yes.
Okay. Now, I promise not to take much of the time. I'm trying as much as I can to do that. Now, finally, what are those challenges that you want to see the command is facing that you want to see improvement? And maybe I should make this question to one so that we can fast track. And also, for most people using these facilities, terminals, what are those things they should look out for in the next 6 months?
Okay. So one of the things we are looking at is promoting exports. The Nigerian government is desirous of increasing the volume of our exports. Increasing the volume of our exports will translate to increased forex earnings.
Yeah.
So this is one of the areas the command is looking at. For challenges, you can see the state of our roads around this vicinity is a major problem. We're happy the federal government is working on it. You can see they're working on it. But for now, we have a serious challenge in exiting cargoes that have been released from customs control. So the road is a big problem for us. So we have to rely on movement of containers by barges. And the movement by barge, it slows down the process while we are trying to facilitate trade. See, importers also complain of access to forex, limited access to forex. This has reduced the volume of importation. Well, where the customs come in is we do our best to facilitate trade.
Okay.
Yes.
I must say a very big thank you to Controller Hami Sowen for your time with us on the program today.
Thank you so much.
We hope that you also obliged to our call when we knock some of the time.
We'll be happy to sit down with you anytime.
All right.
Yes.
What a robust conversation that has been, but of course, time will not allow us to take more. I want to say a very big thank you to the controller for your time with us on the program today. Now, this will be joining the curtain on the program today. Now, don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms currently displaying on your screen right now. Now, to all our WhatsApp community, I want to say a very big thank you. Lots of people are dropping topics they want us to talk about. We'll get to it in a bit. And also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Is Nigeria Maritime TV. If you can't watch it on TV, you can also stream live on YouTube. Thank you so much. Let's do it again next week. My name is Brownson Unwana on behalf of the production crew. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.